I'm glad I got these glasses on because at one point I wanted to cry when I told y'all about how my mom said that I wasn't the same person I was when I left. That hurt, and it bothers me now because that was fucked up. You know what I mean? Uh,
Alright, so boom, check it. Now ain't that how every great story start out? Now why would mine be any different? These are the Chronicles of Mike Murphy.
Welcome back to another episode of the Chronicles of Mike Murphy with your narrator, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you ask me, I'm one of the best to do it when it comes to this storytelling shit, but that's my humble opinion. Now, before we go on, please hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Any contribution you make to help grow the channel is greatly appreciated because without you guys, it wouldn't be me. Today's episode is going to be slightly different. On one of my previous videos, I saw a comment where a guy asked me a question, really good question. And it gave me the idea that maybe I should start doing a Q&A segment on my stories where you guys email me questions you want answers to, and I'll make a video to them. I'm not going to make a video if you ask me what my favorite color is or how old I am or anything like that. But if you have a really good question, I'll make the video. So I'll put the email on the screen along with the question, and we'll do it like that. So today's video is going to be, matter of fact, there goes the email right there, comedianmikemurphy@gmail.com. And then the question. My man L Captain's Game Corner 1338 said, I did 3 years in the Army, 2010 to 2013, and all the hood cats I came across in the Army adjusted really quick. Some are still in, but how did you go from all this to comedy? So that's a good question. And I got a couple examples that I'm going to share with you that will let you know that I did a very poor job adjusting from military life to civilian life, and comedy actually saved my life. My daughter played a role in that as well, but comedy was the thing that gave me purpose after the military. Because a lot of men will resonate with this. Some women may, but I think the majority won't because we're not wired the same. But a man needs a purpose. We need to build things, create things, use our hands. That's kind of what gives a man, satisfaction. And so when I left the military and I was in civilian life, I didn't feel like I had a purpose. And so I started to become depressed, angry, hostile. A lot of my actions were indicative of me ready to crash out and throw it all away because I just couldn't adapt to civilian life anymore. And I needed something to fill that void that the military had gave me. So in June of 2007, 2 months before I'm getting out the military, I had came home to bring a vehicle back to Pittsburgh to give to my father. And so I was visiting. At the time, I was with my girlfriend and we're riding around. My mom calls me. And for those who don't know, I talked about it in previous videos. My mom had a serious drug addiction where she was addicted to crack cocaine for, at this point, I think it was about 8 years, 8 or 9 years at this juncture. And she had been living in a 3-quarter sobriety house in Washington, PA, which is about 50 minutes outside of the city of Pittsburgh. And when she found out I was home, she called me and said, hey, I want to visit you while you're in town. Can you come pick me up? I said, where you at? She tells me. I said, okay. Now, I don't usually like to introduce my girlfriends to my parents unless we're serious yet. And the girl I was with at the time, we weren't quite serious at that moment. But I wasn't going to take her all the way back home and then drive way back out there to get my mom. So I said, I guess you're going to have to meet my mom today. And so I drive out to Washington, PA to pick up my mom. I'm in the parking lot waiting for her. And the door opens and I look back. It's a dude getting in my truck. I'm like, yo, what's going on, fam? What's up? He's like, oh, no, I'm so-and-so. He said his name. I can't remember it now. He's like, I'm with your mom. She told me to just get in the truck. She'll be out in a second. She's still in the store. And I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. Now, my spidey senses are tingling. Something seems very wrong with the situation, and I'm already on high alert. Now, if you talk to my mom and ask her, she'll tell you that I gave her the toughest love possible while she was struggling with that addiction because I knew that's the only way that she would get clean is if I didn't treat her like my mom and I treated her like a drug addict. And so some people wouldn't agree, some people would, but I didn't treat my mom like my mother. I treated her like a drug addict. And every little thing she did, I was suspicious of because that's how drug addicts act. Felicia asked Craig to borrow a VCR. I've never heard of anybody in my life borrowing a VCR, but when crackheads and dope heads and drunks be lying to get their, their fix, they tell you the craziest shit. And to them, it sounds good. But to you, you're like, what are you talking about? So when my mom gets in the car, I'm like, yo, who is this dude? She's like, oh, that's my friend. We're in the clean living house together. I said, well, what is he doing? She was like, oh, he's an MMA fighter and your Uncle JR wants to learn some moves. So he's coming in with me this weekend to teach your uncle MMA. Now, my uncle was overweight and out of shape at the time. He ain't learning no damn MMA. So what she thinks is a good lie sounds like complete nonsense to me. And I'm already getting irritated. So I'm like, man, yeah, all right, whatever. Like, I want to really just go crazy right there, but I'm with my girl. And I'm like, I can't, do that in front of her. So I bite my tongue. I take them into the city. I drop them off at my uncle's house where my mom is going to be staying at. I go about my day. Later that night, it's me, all my boys, and my uncle. We're all playing Madden. Now, one of my friends, he drove up from Texas with me. He was my roommate in the military. He wanted to come visit, so we drove up together, and we're going to fly back to Texas together. So he's there too. Now, all my boys know me from growing up. And Dre, the roommate, only knows me from the last year and a half or so. So we're playing a video game. The dude comes downstairs. My mom is upstairs. They're in the room, which lets me know, again, that it's more than just some dude she knows from the clean living house. Because why are y'all sleeping in the same room? But she's an adult. What can I say? He goes to walk past us while we're playing Madden on the PlayStation. Now, this is when all the controllers still had cords. They wasn't wireless, you know what I'm saying? So the cords is dangling down from the game console. We playing the game, it's intense. He goes to step over the cord and rips the game out of the entertainment stand. It resets. I jump up like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, dog? I should knock you the fuck out. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. Like I tripped. It was an accident. I'm like, man, get the fuck, go ahead, bro, go. Don't come back through here. And my uncles and them is like, bro, what's up with you? Like, why you, like, clearly my reaction was not warranted for what he did. It was an accident, but I already didn't like him and I already knew something was up. So I was basically letting out all that pent up frustration on this dude, you know what I'm saying? And some of y'all probably thinking, Mike, he's an MMA fighter. I'm a trained assassin. I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? Like, I would clip son. I don't want to hear about none of that Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor shit. I'm not here for it. I'm ready to crash out and body son. So he oh, my bad, goes back upstairs or whatever. We set the game, we finished playing. He comes back down like, yo, I got to go to the store. Can you tell me where it's at? I say, yo, you walk out the house, go up to the light. It's a half a block, make a left. Walk 1 block, the store be on your right. Can't miss it. He's like, bet. Dude gone for like an hour and a half. So now my radar going off. I'm like, oh, he wasn't going to the store. He was going to go cop drugs. When he comes back in, he's like, oh, man, I couldn't find the store. I got lost out there, man. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. You lying, son. Like, the store right there. Ray Charles could see that store. But my mom, she could have just went to the store. But you know what? My mom knows the area. She can't give me that excuse of why I was out for an hour and a half. She can't say she didn't know where the store was, so she sent him. Again, another crackhead lie they think is working. So I'm irritated. I don't like dude. I'm mad at my mom because I think she's getting high again. The whole situation got me pissed. The next day, I'm leaving to go back to Texas. I go to the barber shop to get lined up. I had hair at the time. My man Oscar was cutting me up. He's lining me up. My mom calls me for whatever reason. I answer the phone. Hey, what's going on? She's like, nothing, something. I was like, yeah, you think I'm stupid too? She's like, what are you talking about? And I basically say, I don't believe that dude was going to the store and you lied because JR told me he don't know nothing about no MMA training. So I know y'all was getting high. I ain't with this shit. Don't talk to me no more. Don't call me no more till you get clean. I'm basically going off on my mom. And I can't hear what dude is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like in the background or whatever. But I clearly hear that he's saying something to her because he could tell that my mom is upset. And she says, no, don't worry about it. I'm just talking to my son. I said, what the fuck did he say? Then he yells, tell him mind his goddamn business. Click, I hang up the phone. I tell the barber, yo, take this smock off, I'm out. He's like, but I only done one side. I don't care. So I'm lined up on just one side of my face and head. The whole other side still needs touched up. I don't care. The barbershop probably 8 blocks from my house. I jump in the car. I take off. I'm going to go kill son right now. Who you talking to? And I know you was getting my mom high. I'm very protective of my mom, like most sons would be. I'm going to go clip son. I burn out, go to the crib. Now, my sister Heather's there with her boyfriend to pick me up because she's taking me and Dre back to the airport to fly home. So she's there waiting for me. Dre's there because we're leaving. Like as soon as I get back from the barbershop, we're headed to the airport. And my little sister Sarah's there with her baby's dad. She didn't have a baby by him yet, but they were together. Everyone's out in front of the house. I jump out the car and I see my mom and dude walking out the house. Dude sees me, eyes get big as hell. He runs back through the house. I run to go after him. My mom tries to like stop me. I push her out the way like a DN. I come like Lawrence Taylor. Boom, rip through, right? Swim move, right? I yanked the screen door open. Then there's 2 others. There was a big wooden door. And then we had like a mud room is what they call it, where you take off like your shoes and put the wet umbrellas and stuff. And then there's like another door with glass panels to get into the house. Boo! I smashed the wooden door hard. Kick open the glass door, broke some of the glass panels. I'm chasing dude through the house now. Dude runs out the back, hops the gate and takes off, right? I'm coming back out the house. My mom's like, you're crazy. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? I'm snapping, right? I'm going ballistic. I mean, if I even say everything I was saying, YouTube will probably take this video down. But I'm going, I'm in complete maniac mode. I'll fucking kill him. I'm going off, right? Everyone's looking at me. I'm like, I'm not playing this shit. The fuck? And I see my little sister's boyfriend. And I'm like, what the fuck you looking at? I already don't like you neither. Nigga, you want something? He like, nah, bro, I'm cool. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? Get in my sister's car and shit. We're headed to the airport. I'm pissed. Now, here's a little backstory. Earlier in the weekend, Dre had asked me a question about something. Like, what's that girl's name that we saw here? So-and-so, whatever. I couldn't remember the girl's name at the time. Now, no one's saying anything to me because they just seen me go completely ballistic and tear up the house and threatening to kill everybody, right? So no one's talking to me. Everyone's scared. I'm in the back seat like this. And then, maybe 5 minutes later, the girl's name pops into my head that Dre had asked me about earlier in the weekend. And for me, this anger, this rage, this hostility was like a light switch. It could be on and off like that. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, hey, bro, Shorty's name is, Angel, whatever. He's like, what? I'm like, nah, remember earlier you was asking the girl, her name Angel. He's like, yo, bro, don't talk to me, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you? You just gonna do all that and this out the blue? Oh, Angel? Nah, son, don't talk to me. Everybody's quiet. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool now. You know what I mean? I ain't nothing. That's in the past. And I could tell by the way they were looking at me like, bro, what's wrong with him? Bro, he need help. That's one example, right? So the second example is I may be home from the military, maybe 4 or 5 months. It's sometime in the beginning of 2008. And I'm working with some kids at a group home. We're taking them out to play basketball at a recreation center. And I have on basketball shorts, a wife beater, and some gym shoes, some Jordans or something. My little sister calls me. She's over her best friend's house. She says that her best friend's baby's dad pulled the ratchet out and was aiming it at her, threatening her, right? Wrong move. Now, I don't got no joint on me because I'm at work. My joint in the car. I'm in the van that the group home gives you to take the kids out. I don't even drop them off. I pull up to the crib with my coworker and like 4 or 5, maybe 6 kids from the group home in the van. Now, I told you, I got a wife beater on, some hoop shorts, some tennis shoes. You could clearly see I don't got no biscuit. And I already know he didn't pull the joint out on my sister. They're in the house high and he outside talking crazy. I jump out. What's popping? Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You pulled a gun on my sister? I'm talking that murder to him, right? He like, no, bro. He has the joint on him. I could have lost my life at that moment, but I didn't care because I was like, yo, I would do you crazy right now. Don't play with me. I'm in his face, doinking him. Nigga, don't play with me. What's up? What you want to do? Like, oh, bro, I'm sorry. I just want to see my kid. My baby's mom is in it. I say, you ever in your motherfucking life threaten my goddamn I'll murder you, nigga. You hear me? He like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like playing. What's up with you, nigga? He like, I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of here. He leave. I get in the van and shit. Yo, y'all want to go get ice cream? The kids is looking at me. Coworker like, what's up with boy, bro? You just, yo, what? Yo, take us back to the crib. You wildin'. I'm like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with that. As another example. Fast forward, same year, 2008. I'm with my mom and my nephew. I think he's like 3 at the time, maybe 4. We in a car. We driving down Baum Boulevard, and I'm talking to my mom, regular conversation. Yeah, boom, boom, da-da-da. Some dude, I'm trying to pass this dude. He keep blocking me. Swerving over, blocking. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with dude? And I didn't know what was happening, but subconsciously, my fears from being in a war, being pinned in by insurgents trying to kill us, started the muscle memory kicked in, where I'm starting to feel like this is a hostile threat. Dude is just being an asshole, like on some road rage shit, just trying to not let me pass him. But I'm taking it as you trying to block me in and to set me up. So I'm like, oh, whoop. I go into the oncoming traffic lane and pin this dude in against a bridge. Like if I hit him, he can flip over the bridge. I pin him in and jump out. What's up? Gun on me and everything. Dude backs up the car, takes off. Backs all the way up. He's out of there. I get in the car, whoop, I punch it. I'm mad for like 3 minutes, right? Then I de-escalate myself. And my nephew, Trey, he grown now. That's so crazy. He was a little kid. He was like, Uncle Mike, why are you being mean? And everything in me wanted to be like, shut the fuck up, man. Mind your business. Stay in a child's place. That's what I wanted to say. But my mom was like looking at me like this. Answer him. And I'm like, hey, I'm cool, bro. Like, what you talking about? He trying to, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing nothing. You're out of control. Da, da, da. My mom is going off. And this is probably one of the most, I don't want to say hurtful. That's the wrong word. But it was one of the things that probably, it did hurt me. But I don't think she was trying to be hurtful. She said, what happened to my son? You're not the same person that you were before you left. What happened to you? You got a black soul. That's what she said to me. And I was like, damn. I think I brushed it off in the moment, but inside I was hurting. I wanted to cry because I was like, I'm fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, damn, this is not how I want to be viewed. You know what I'm saying? Another time I was riding with my sister Heather, and this dude ran a stop sign, almost hit my car, and I gave him a, yo, what's up, man? He was like, fuck you. And I go to put the car in park. I jumped out, punched this motherfucker in the face. I tried to drag him out the car like Cam did, dude on Paid in Full. Man, Rico got you niggas shook. I tried to do that to the dude. I heard my sister screaming, it's raining, he's bleeding. And I remember at that moment, just like having him gripped up and like kind of snapping back to reality and was like, and let him go and was like, hey man, just get out of here. I'm like, oh shit. I get in the car, I'm like, damn. Another time I pulled a gun on my sister's baby's dad, Heather's baby's dad, because he thought I was some dude over there messing with her and he pulled up talking crazy. So I pulled the joint out on him. He's like, oh shit, I didn't know it was you, bro. I'm like, yeah, keep stepping. Like, I just remember, and I want to take a moment to say, like, I'm not glorifying any of this stuff. I'm not even really proud of any of this stuff, honestly. It was what I was doing to survive in my own mind because I just couldn't adapt to the rules of society. I came from a place where those rules didn't apply, and I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a job that I cared about. I didn't feel like I had any usefulness. Then my daughter came 2 years later and I loved her and I felt like now I have some purpose, like I have a kid, but it wasn't the kind of purpose that I'm describing. Like a man can have a family and that's a purpose, but what is your real purpose? Like, what are you giving back to the world? What is your, are you talented? Are you giving back? Are you making people laugh? Are you making music that helps people? Are you, what are you doing to make the world a better place? What are you doing to contribute to society? And that was what I was lacking. and all these things were happening, and I wasn't talking to a therapist. I wasn't doing any of the things that I probably should have done because I had an ego, I had pride. I didn't want people to call me crazy. You know what I mean? I'm fine, I'm good. I wasn't good, you know what I mean? And then in 2012, in I believe April, I put a tweet on Twitter that said, if I did stand-up comedy at the open mic at the Improv, who would come? Jokingly, right? Because I didn't think anybody would really come. I promise you, like 60 people showed up. They say, yeah, we'll go, bro, we'll go. I said, oh, for real? So I signed up. At the time, I didn't know who I was emailing, but it ended up being a guy that's a great friend of mine now. His name is T. Robe. He's a comedian. He started in Pittsburgh. He tours with Gary O, and go check him out. He replied back like, we got this month booked up for May. I could put you on for June. I said, I'll take it. I believe the date was June 12th or something, maybe something like that. It was right around my birthday. And I told everybody I was doing it. I was like, oh, everybody pulled up. And I got on stage. I got 6 minutes and I did my set and it went well. It went way better than a lot of people's first time goes. You know what I mean? Like if I watched that set now, I'd probably be like, what was I doing? But for that to be my first time, I knew immediately this is what I was supposed to be doing in 2012. I felt like I had a purpose again. I did that for about a year. And that was the happiest I probably had ever been in my life, was doing comedy for that year. And then I kind of lost interest because I wasn't getting a lot of stage time in Pittsburgh. It just wasn't the same. So I quit. And then I didn't do it. And I quit for 6 years. Then in 2019, I did my first show again, opening for DC Young Fly and Ryan Davis. And I gave myself 1 year, June 7th or June 8th of 2019. I gave myself 1 year to move to Los Angeles to take comedy seriously. And every day I woke up, I realized that I wasn't going to last a year doing what I was doing in Pittsburgh. So December 30th of 2019, I moved to Los Angeles to do comedy. So to answer his question, he said, you know, how'd you go from all this to doing comedy? It was very difficult. It was very tough. I was depressed a lot. I was angry. I hurt people. I was a maniac pretty much. And so now doing comedy gave me the peace of mind that I've probably sought for a long time. And I'm happy. I'm very happy right now. And I'm glad that I overcame those obstacles. I see a lot of homeless veterans. I've seen a lot of people lose their mind. A lot of people, you know, take their lives because they can't adjust. It's messed up, man. And I'm just thankful that God bestowed upon me this talent to be able to bring joy to other people, because I know there's people out here that need to laugh or else they'll drown in the same pain that I was going through once before. So that's my purpose. And it was a hard adjustment. So I hope that if there's anybody watching this going through something and I made you laugh, thank you for allowing me to do that. And thank you for allowing me to exercise my God-given talent to bring joy to the world. And I just hope I continue to get better and better. And if you're going through something, man, and you just want to talk about it, man, shit, email me. I don't care. I'll reply. You know what I mean? Leave a comment. I've done it before. People DM me on Instagram. Bro, man, I was thinking about, you know, doing this, and then your videos just make me laugh. And that's the best feeling in the world, man. So I know this story wasn't as funny as the other ones. I didn't mean it to be funny, but I felt like I wanted to answer that question and give some insight on how this thing changed my life. So I apologize for it not being funny. The rest will be funny, but this one was more of a serious conversation that I wanted to have. I'm glad I got these glasses on, because at one point I wanted to cry when I told y'all about how my mom said that I wasn't the same person I was when I left. That hurt. And it bothers me now, because that was fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I appreciate the support. And if you guys want me to keep doing these Q&As, like I said, the email's on the screen, comedianmikemurphy@gmail.com. Can email me. Again, if you feel like you're going through something, you're depressed, you're hurting, man, email me, man. And I'll try to respond back and just talk to you, man. I'll make a video or something to make you laugh. I just don't want to see anybody hurt themselves or go through the pain that I was going through at one point, man. So I appreciate the support, man. Again, subscribe, like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Any way you contribute to growing my audience on this channel, I greatly appreciate it, because again, without you, there is no me. So I thank you for that. Until next time, these are the Chronicles of Mike Murphy.